Let me make the case for how wokeness is being blamed, and perhaps rightfully so. So people won't see this in the clip, but I just spent basically 10 minutes explaining how difficult of a job air traffic control really is. For most people, they have no idea how many planes. And by the way, these are just planes like, I mean, this isn't even peak travel time, right?
Wow.
So it's a Thursday. Actually, Thursday is pretty high travel. But the reason people are talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion is because we have videos like this recruiting. Here, there's a couple of videos I'll show you. This is an ATC recruitment
Hi,
video.
I'm Brad Mims, Deputy Administrator at the Federal Aviation Administration. We are looking for the best and brightest to join us as air traffic controllers.
Good. Okay. Good so far.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
We need a diverse group of air traffic controllers to bring distinct perspectives to handle the ever-changing aerospace landscape. I'm calling on students and alumni from HBCUs, Hispanic serving institutions, and tribal colleges to apply now.
Now, this isn't inherently bad. Maybe they're like, hey, get the black guy to try and get more black people to apply for these jobs. That isn't inherently enough for me. I mean, it's great for Twitter likes.
I don't know. I don't like the whole we need distinct perspectives. No,
Yeah.
I want you to be able to do your job, but I don't want your perspective.
Right. We need people
Yeah.
who are passionate about this job and who actually are versed in it, and more than who cares what they look like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you that I never feel safer than when it's an old crusty white guy flying my plane. Like
Yep.
when there's that bit where the guy's talking about like, when I hear some old white guy who's done this flight a million times and couldn't care less, dude is like, man, like I know it's all gonna be all right. But like, there are great pilots of all races and colors, or that's I guess probably the same thing. But here's the thing: the FAA has been sued. The trial starts in 3 months or 2 months. They turned away 900 qualified white applicants, including applicants that scored 100% on their test,
Wow.
which is extremely difficult. It's an 8-hour grueling test. That it's a cognitive test that lasts 8 hours, and this person got 100% on it. I assume you probably have to be close to 100% to even pass.
Right.
But these people were all turned away. You know, they went through 200-hour training. They all had high scores on the AT SAT, which is the test that they do. The 8-hour cognitive test and measures each of the specific skills needed to do the job. They have weird policies. For example, holding a pilot's license, you would think would probably help you with ATC. A major advantage for a controller is only worth 2 points on that test. And having valuable experience as a literal air traffic controller in the military awards you 0 points. However, if you answer on this same questionnaire that sought irrelevant information like college subject in which I received my lowest grade, those answering history and political science got 15 points. If they played 4 or more sports in high school, they got 5 points. Neither of these things
Wow.
have anything to do with becoming an ATC or doing your job well. And the fact that they award no points for someone who's actually done air traffic control
Wow.
is bonkers to me. Now, these are not race-based. You know, for the most, you know, like I didn't do good in political science stuff, and you know, but here's the thing. You know, Andrew Brigida became the lead plaintiff of a lawsuit of his application was turned down despite having a perfect 100% score on ATSAT. His attorney claims that there was a method to the madness. Race hustling activist groups conspire with the FAA officials. Now, this is what they claim, to create a quiz that they could let their own members know in secret that anyone would pass the biographical assessment by answering A to all of the questions. So the A was the best answer on all the questions. This was a known thing, I guess, apparently. I don't know why the white guy didn't know that. Apparently, you know, I don't know that answer. They'll have to prove that in court. But then more than 3,000 top performing motivated applicants lost out because they were not members of a diverse ethnic. They were white. 3,000 people didn't get the job because they were white. Now, if you're telling me that the 3,000 you hired that weren't white, that also They also scored a perfect 100%. Okay, maybe that, you know, like that better be the case, or they're going to lose the lawsuit. The ATC has also been woefully understaffed for years. So my wife, like I said, my wife, like my street cred is, you know, I know pilot shit. You know, like my wife, best friend are pilots. I know about ATC. I know how it works. Pilots have been talking about this for years, about this exact thing happening. And, you know, over the last couple of years, we've had, you know, the last time we had a crash like this? Did you know the last time we had a passenger jet crash in America?
I don't know.
2019.
Oh.
No, check that. 2009.
Oh.
15 years. That's an
Wow.
incredible streak.
Yeah.
That's for seeing all those planes, thousands of flights per day, every day, not a single crash in 15 years. And, you know, I guess you could say, some people say, yeah, this is the 1 in a million. Probably quite literally 1 in a million. But,
Goodness.
you know, I think people have questions about the ATC. How can you have a staff shortage if you're turning away perfectly qualified applicants? You know, how can you have, you know, why are you worried about their skin color? Why are you asking questions about skin color when apparently you don't even have enough employees? I feel like somebody that got an 89% on that test is probably better than having nobody. I'm guessing. Maybe that's not true. Maybe making a mistake. I don't know. But I feel like because they have such a shortage, this already high stress job, this already high burnout position is having to work overtime and get more burnt out, more stressed out. Was the ATC on their overtime? Were they on hour 10 in a row when they're only supposed to work 8 because they don't have enough employees? I think that's why people are like, you know, maybe something's a little weird. Near misses happen every day. Called RAs. Yep, that is true. Resolution advisories. Yep. So it's definitely weird. I do suspect that ATC will largely become programmatic, computerized soon. You know, that seems like the perfect job for a computer to do. You know, like a computer does 100% of the decisions, and then you have half as many people staffed overlooking what the computer's doing to make sure that it's all right. Because computers can make mistakes too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. DEI is not good, but I can't 100% say, oh, there's definitely DEI. Like, we don't know. What if the pilots of that... first of all, I don't blame the pilots of the passenger jet.
Right.
They were given clearance to land. They were where they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
The helicopter was not where they were supposed to be. So it's interesting. I mean, what do you guys make of it?
Well, I feel like I know a little bit more about the situation because I'm sort of like Melonie and instantly going down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I saw this one of these tech conventions that someone posted a video saying that they came out with military self-flying helicopters. I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
Yep.
So I mean, yeah, it sounds like a really tough job. I mean, to that point about DEI, I mean, we're already relying on the potential of human error. So DEI is only going to make that worse. So, I mean, it sounds like a really unfortunate situation. I can't say that I would entirely trust AI to fly these things,
right?
You know? But I mean, it's just bad all around.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, Melonie. Sorry.
I'm just curious, like, who were the passengers on the flight? Were they a bunch of doctors for a convention? Something like that. Like, I just want to know these kind of details.
Are you talking about that one? That one that happened in like Brazil or somewhere?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's like,
I don't know. The U.S. figure skating team was on the plane.
I'm curious, and hopefully this wasn't some sort of actual conspiracy where someone actually had terrible intentions and all that. Hopefully that's not the case. It's a tragic incident either way, but I definitely have a lot of questions.
Yeah. I think I think that it's probably a 1 in a million thing that maybe could have been 1 in 2 million if we didn't have woke. This was always going to happen. Like, to maintain 100% when you have so many humans involved, like human pilots, human ATC, human, helo operators, human people who are telling the helo whether or not that they're cleared to go. It's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out. I suspect that's how the final investigation will be. People blame.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this, but some reporter stuck a microphone in some poor guy's face who was waiting to hear if his wife was going to be dug out of the river.
Oh no!
And she was like, "When's the last did you hear from him?" And he's like, "Well, she sent me a text saying that they were 10 minutes from landing." And then she's like, "Oh, can I see the text?"
Oh my goodness!
I'm like, that was an
Wow.
absolute. That's like a gruel moment.
Wow.
I think Matt shared
People are
that.
gross.
Let me see. Yeah, here it is.
Oh my.
Just praying that somebody's pulling her out of the river right now as we speak. That's all I can pray for. I'm just praying to God.
When was the last time you spoke with her?
She texted me that they were landing in 20 minutes.
Can you show us a text message that you got from her?
You deserve to be slapped. Wow.
Yeah, you do not hate them enough. That
Wow.
like that is so. This poor guy's, I'm sure, in complete shock.
Right.
Probably just like hoping. I mean, I saw the collision and I knew there were no survivors.
Right.
When their explosion, there's no survivors from that. But I mean, if my wife was on there, I sure would be hoping.
Right.
I would be hoping that she was the one person that miraculously got ejected. There was this story when I was young that a man's life was saved because he had his Green Bay Packers cheese head with him when the plane crashed. Like, so you never know. Sometimes things happen very, very weird.